Okay, so this is sixth problem. Uh, a governor of Hartnell type has equal ball of mass 3 kg set initially at a radius of 200 millimeter. The initial radius R1 is equal to 200 millimeter. The arms of a bell crank levers are 110 millimeter vertically and 150 millimeter horizontally. Find the initial spring force, that is S1, on the spring if the speed of the initial ball radius of 200 millimeter at 240 rpm. 200 millimeter radius is the initial radius. The speed is 240 millimeter, 240 rpm. The stiffness of the spring, we need to find out the value of stiffness of the spring. Sleeve moment of 4 millimeter x is given. For the fluctuation of speed, 7.5% in the engine speed. 240 is there, 7.5% is extra added. The speed is increased by 7.2%. Okay, let us write the given data. First one, m is equal to 3 kg and the radius R1 is equal to 200 millimeter is equal to 0.2 meter. Next, the arms of the bell crank levers are vertical R A is equal to 110 millimeter is equal to 0.11 meter. B is equal to 150 millimeter is equal to 0.15 meter. Find the initial spring force on the spring. We need to find out the initial spring force. The question number 1 is initial spring force, that is S1. That is the first question. Second one, if the speed of the initial ball radius is 200 millimeter, initial ball radius is 200 millimeter, need to find out the value of N1 is equal to 240 RPM. Find out the value of S1 for 240 RPM and stiffness of the spring. Second question, you need to find out the value of stiffness of the spring required to permit the sleeve moment. X is equal to 0.04 millimeter is equal to 0.004 meter. The speed fluctuation is 7.5%. Speed fluctuates 7.5%. Increase in the speed, okay? So increase in the speed. So the lowest position is 240 and will have highest position, not the force is decreased or the speed is decreased, not speed will be decreased, increase. Therefore, N2 is equal to N1 plus 7.5% of N1. So we can find out the value of N2. N2 is equal to N1 is 240 plus 7.5 divided by 100 into 240. We'll get the answer for N2 as 258 RPM. Now we need to draw the figure. The axis. Okay, so the initial speed. Okay, let us consider the vertical line first. Ball, roller. For the minimum speed, let us consider the minimum speed. And this is for the maximum speed. Okay, this is F1, this is F2. And the initial position for the sleeve arm, this is a roller, this is S1 by W by 2, this is S2 plus W by 2. And we have B here, B2, this is B1. This is A1, A2. And so it's a vertical line to mention the radius. And here we have X also. X is also given in the problem. So X is equal to 0.004 meter A, B. So first one, this is R1. This is R. This is R2. Okay. So this is R2, R1. So this much data is given in the problem. Now we can solve the problem. First, we need to find out the initial compression. Yes. To find out the value of S, we need to find out the value of F1 and F2. Okay. So F1, first one is initial compression. First question is initial compression, right? Or initial spring force, right? Not initial compression, that is initial spring force. Initial spring force. So initial spring force, to find out the initial spring force, you need to go for the moment equation. In that moment equation, F1 into A plus S1 plus W by 2 into B. See here, we need to find out the value of F1 and F2. Okay. To find out the value of F1 is equal to M omega 1 square R1 is equal to M is given, M is 3 kg into 2 pi N1 divided by 60 whole square into R1 is equal to 3 into 2 pi into N1. N1 is 240 RPM divided by 60 whole square into R1 is given in the problem, that is 0.2, 0.2 is equal to F1 value will get 378.99 Newton. This is the answer for F1. Similarly, for F2 is equal to M omega 2 square R2. But R2 is unknown here. R2 is unknown. For R2, we need to take the similar triangles to find out the R2. R2 value is unknown. R2. Okay. From triangle, similar triangle, O B1 B2, O B1 B2 and triangle O A1 A2. B1 B2 divided by R2 minus R1. See the figure. I have taken this B1 B2. This distance is X is similar to this distance. This distance R2 minus R1 means A1 A2. We'll erase it as A1 A2. We'll write it as A1 A2. A1 A2 is equal to, so A and B is given in the problem, right? A and B is given, that is B by A. B by A. So B1 is 0.04 divided by R2 minus R1 is equal to B answer 0.15, 0.11, 0.15, 0.11. A value and B value. Substitute it. Here R1 is 0. R1 is answer for R1. Yeah, R1 is 0.2. 0.2. Therefore, R2 is equal to 0.2029 meter. Will get the answer R2 as 0.2029 meter. So now we can substitute it here. It is equal to 3 kg 2 pi n2 square by 60 whole square into R2 is 0.022029 is equal to 3 into 2 pi n2 is I think 270 258 divided by 60 whole square into 0.2029. Answer for F2 is 44432 Newton. This is the value of F2. Now, to find out the initial force S1, we need to take the moment equation for minimum equilibrium speed. Second question. Yeah, take moment equation for minimum equilibrium speed. Minimum equilibrium speed and neglect obliquity of arms. So if you take the moment equation for lowest position, F1 into A, that is counterclockwise, and S1 in plus B plus W by 2 into B. So minus, it is counterclockwise, F1 into A plus S1 plus W by 2 into B is equal to 0. Neglect W because W is not given in the problem. Therefore, minus F1. Otherwise, you can rewrite the equation. You will take this term that side. That is S1 by 2 into B is equal to F1 into A. Therefore, S1 is equal to 2 into F1 into A by B is equal to answer. You substitute F1 value and A by B, A and B value, will get answer for S1 as F1 is 378. Yeah. So if you substitute the answers, we'll get 2 into F1 is 378.99 into A is, what is the value of A? A is 0.11, B is 0.15. 0.11, 0.15. Answer for initial compression is initial spring force is 55.852 Newton. Similarly, stiffness. Second question, stiffness. You know the stiffness equation. Stiffness is equal to 2 into A by B whole square into F2 minus F1 divided by R2 minus R1. If you substitute answers, we'll get S as small s as 24231.22 Newton per meter. This is the value of stiffness. So this is the end of the Sixth problem. Now the last problem, or seventh problem. I repeat the sixth problem once again. Please look at this. Yes, asked to find out the value of initial spring force, that is S1, and stiffness of the spring. Yes, given N1 and the corresponding radius is also given R1. We need to find X is also given in the problem. Speed fluctuation is given. Increase in the speed is 7.5%. So N1 plus N2 is equal to N1 plus 7.5% of N1. So we can find out the value of N2. It is 7.5, 240 plus 7.5 divided by 100 into 240. So we'll get to 58 RPM. I draw the figure for minimum equilibrium speed and maximum equilibrium speed for the different positions. So here now we can find out the value of initial spring force. You need to find out the value of F1 and F2. F1 you can easily find out at m omega 1 square R1. Substitute the value, you can find out the value of F1. But F2, N2 is R2 is unknown. For that we need to find out F2, R2 is unknown. To find out R2, we need to take similar triangles. Take the similar triangles and take the ratio of similar sides of the triangles. So we'll get R2. But while writing this ratio of similar sides, be careful. Okay, first you consider OBB1. So we need to take the sides of BB1 first. Then this one divided by this triangle side. This first triangle side and this second triangle side. Take that and find out the value of R2. Once you find out the R2 value, you can find out the value of F2. Once you find out the value of F2, we need to find out the value of S1 by moment equation. Take moment equation for minimum equilibrium speed. This is the equation, and find out the value of S1. S1 is this one. And you can find out the value of stiffness. Stiffness equation is 2 into A by whole square, A by B whole square, and into F2 minus F1 divided by R2 minus R1. So S is 24231.22 Newton meter. So this is the stiffness. Next is the seventh problem, somewhat lengthy problem, but very simple problem. And only one point is somewhat complicated. You need to go through that. A Hartnell governor having a central sleeve spring and two right-angled bell crank levers. All governors will have two right-angled bell crank levers. Don't get confused. So bell crank levers moves between 290 and 310. Minimum equilibrium speed is 290 and the maximum equilibrium speed is 310. For the sleeve lift of 15 millimeter, the lift of the sleeve is 15 millimeter. The sleeve arms and the ball arms are 80 millimeter and 120 millimeter respectively. So sleeve arm and ball arm is 80 and 120 millimeter. The levers are pivoted at 120 millimeter from the governor axis. So R is given here. R is nothing but the pivoted point and the governor axis, the distance between, that is R, mean equilibrium radius. The mass of each ball is 2 kg. The ball arms are parallel to the governor axis. Parallel means, see, this is the ball arm, this is the sleeve arm, this is the governor axis. If these two are parallel, means at what radius it will become parallel? It is at R. If the radius is R, then only it will become parallel. Otherwise, it will not be parallel. So the parallel to the governor axis at lowest equilibrium speed. This is very, very important. When it will become parallel at lowest equilibrium speed. What is the lowest equilibrium speed here? Okay, let us write the given data first, then we'll come to know given data. First one, two speeds are given, that is N1 is equal to 290 RPM, N2 is equal to 310 RPM. Okay, and here, and one more data is given, that is lift X is equal to 15 millimeter, 0.015 meter. Sleeve arm and the bell crank lever arms are A is equal to, the sleeve arm is 80, that is B is equal to 80. Don't get confused, please. Don't directly write it as A, it is B, okay? B is equal to 80 millimeter, 0.015 0.08 meter, A is equal to 120 millimeter, 0.12 meter. Okay, next the levers are pivoted at 120 millimeter from the governor axis, that is R is equal to 120 millimeter. This is very, very important. Next, the mass of each ball is M is equal to 2.5 kg. 2.5 kg. Just erase it, we'll discuss it later. Okay, next. The ball arms are parallel to the governor axis. The ball arm is parallel to the governor axis. Let us consider the governor axis. This is the ball arm, this is the sleeve arm. So these two will become parallel when the lowest equilibrium speed, at the lowest equilibrium speed. When it reaches to the lowest equilibrium speed, this will become parallel. When this parallel, it will become parallel when R reaches to R, radius reaches to R. R is here 120. R is 120. At this speed, at this radius, R 120. So the speed, the corresponding speed is minimum equilibrium speed or the lowest equilibrium speed. Where is the lowest equilibrium speed? It is 290. This 290 at what radius? At 120 radius. So that's why this N1 is equal to N, not N1, it is N. Why? Because it is at 120 millimeter. What is 120? 120 is a distance between the fulcrum or the what? Fulcrum to the governor axis. But that is R. The corresponding speed is N1 ante. So it is given in the problem. It is N1. So therefore, N is equal to N1. You can take N is equal to N1. So that's what the meaning of that. And the first one, the question asked in the problem is the first question. Loads on the spring S1 and S2. Loads on the spring, lowest and highest equilibrium speed. Stiffness of the spring. Yes, stiffness. So this is the question. Now we'll solve the problem. We'll draw the figure. We'll come to know. Okay, figure. First is the governor axis. Governor axis. Next is the vertical arm. Vertical arm. Horizontal arm. Ball axis. The governor axis. Sorry, sleeve axis. The sleeve arm. And A, B. This is the force F. And the corresponding radius is R. R is given in the problem R, because the R he has given in the problem as O2, this distance, what the axis, governor axis. This is governor axis. This is very, very important problem, governor axis. This distance is given here to here. That is nothing but R, right? Mean equilibrium speed. So for maximum equilibrium speed, this is the maximum equilibrium speed. And this is the minimum equilibrium speed. But minimum equilibrium speed, I think it is not necessary. There is a conflict in that. We'll do it later, okay? So for the maximum equilibrium speed, we have two different speeds. This is F2. And this is A. This is A2. Here B2, this is B. This is S plus W by 2. This is S2 W by 2. And the X is given. X is, I think, 0.015. X is equal to 0.015 meter. This much data is given in the problem. Why I have taken only maximum equilibrium speed? I have not taken minimum equilibrium speed. Why? Because minimum equilibrium speed is nothing but n. Means n1 is equal to n. That's why it is not necessary to draw minimum position, because minimum position itself is this one. Which one? R1. Sorry, R. R1 is equal to R. Okay. So R2 will be somewhere here. R1 is equal to R. That's why no need to draw the minimum equilibrium speed, R2. Okay. Minimum equilibrium speed itself is n, or the mean equilibrium speed. Therefore, n1 is equal to n, that is minimum equilibrium speed is equal to mean equilibrium speed, mean speed. So that's why minimum equilibrium speed is not necessary, because the lowest equilibrium speed is nothing but at this point. It will not come down again. Okay, that's why. Okay, so this is A, this is B. Now, we need to find out the given data. So initial force S and S2 and spring stiffness. Okay, first one, we need to find out the value of R2. R2 is not given in the problem, right? Okay, R2, for R2, take a triangle, similar triangle OBB2 and triangle OAA2. Okay, so similar sides, BB2 divided by AA2 is equal to B by A. BB2 is nothing but 0.015 divided by R2 minus R1. Sorry, R1 is equal to R, is equal to B is, what is the value of B? B is 0.08, 0.12, 0.08, 0.12. Okay, so this is, if you substitute the value of R in this equation, we'll get R2 is equal to 0.1425 meter, 1425 meter. Once you find out the value of R2, now we can find out the value of F. Not F1 is equal to F is equal to M omega square R. It is equal to M is 2.5 kg, 2.5 kg into 25 N divided by 60 whole square into R is, value of R 120, 0.12 0.12 is equal to 2.5 into 25 into N is, N1 is equal to N, that is 290. Answer for F1 or F is equal to 276.67. 276.67. Similarly, for F2, M omega 2 whole square R2 is equal to 2.5 into 2 into 5 into N2 310 y by 60 whole square into 0. R2 is 0.1425. 1425. Answer for F2 is 375.43 Newton. This is the value of F2. Now, once you find out the value of F2, now we can find out the value of spring force. So initial The question asked is loads on the spring at lowest and highest position. Loads means S and S1, S and S2. Loads on spring, that is S and S2. Okay. Therefore, take moment for S1. For S, take moment about O at minimum equilibrium speed. So if you take the moment at minimum equilibrium speed at this point and at this point, we have F into A and S plus W by 2 into B. F minus F into A plus S plus W by 2 into B is equal to 0. Neglect W. W is not given in the problem. That's why you need to neglect it. Therefore, S is equal to, you rewrite the equation, S is equal to F into A by B. This is 2. Is equal to, F answer is 276.67. 2 into 276.67 into A is 0.12 divided by 0.808. Answer for S is 830.01 Newton. Yes, for lowest position, the spring force. Next, similarly, take moment about highest. Take moment about O at maximum equilibrium speed. Maximum equilibrium speed, you need to take the moment. Maximum equilibrium speed, the position is this one, at this point and at this point. So F2 into minus F2 into A plus S2 by W by 2 into B is equal to 0. Neglect W. So S2 is equal to 2 into A by B into F2. Answer, if you substitute the values 2 into 0.12 divided by 0.08 into F2, answer is I think it is 375.43. 375.43. We'll get answer for S2 as 1128 Newton. Okay, so this is what the value of S2. Now the next question, spring force. Second question, sorry, spring constant. Spring constant, we have solved many problems on this. Spring constant, S is equal to 2 into A by B whole square into F2 minus F1 by R2 minus R1. If you rewrite the equation, A by B whole square, F2 minus F divided by R2 minus R. If you substitute the values, we'll get the answer for S as 19866 Newton per meter stiffness or spring constant. So this is the answer for S. So this is the end of the 7th problem. I'll repeat this problem once again. The thing is, very, very important point is this one. Otherwise, you cannot solve the problem. You need to consider this point. You need to draw the figure carefully. This is the difficulty in this problem. This is very, very important problem. Okay. Hartnell governor having a spring and the two right angle bell crank levers of 290 rpm and 310 rpm. Two different speeds are given, that is 290 rpm. N1 is 290, N2 is 310 rpm. For the sleeve lift of 15 millimeter, lift is given, that is 15 millimeter. The sleeve arm and the ball arm length is given. Sleeve arm is 80, B is 80, A is 120. Ball arm, sleeve arm, don't get confused. You need to take care of these things. The levers are pivoted at 120 from the governor axis. The levers are pivoted at the pivoting point. Very first point we have taken this, but it is not used in that particular problem, but it is used in this problem. So 120 millimeter from the axis. So axis to the pivot point is 120. That is nothing but R. R is given as 120. Next is R is very, very important, 120. Next, the mass of the ball is given, that is 2.5. The ball are parallel to the governor axis. Ball arm is nothing but the vertical arm. This is the ball. This ball arm is parallel to the governor axis. At what speed? At lowest equilibrium speed. Lowest equilibrium speed is 290. So N1, at N1, this will become parallel. If arm is parallel to the axis of the governor, then R is equal to R1. Why? Because this R1 is nothing but the distance between the fulcrum to the axis. If this distance is 200, the corresponding speed is 120 millimeter. The corresponding speed for R is N. This N speed itself is what? 290. Therefore, no need to go for N1. N1 is nothing but N. So take the figure like this. N1 is nothing but N. N1 is nothing but N. Lowest equilibrium speed. So this will become parallel to the axis when the speed will become N1. Means at this position, the corresponding speed is N. He is telling that minimum equilibrium speed itself is N. That is N1 is equal to N. That's why I have taken only the lowest, the highest speed and middle speed or the mean equilibrium speed. Lowest is not necessary because lowest is nothing but N1. So draw the figure. Then you find out the value of R2 by taking a similar triangle. After finding R2, you find out the value of F1 and F2. Then take the moment equation for S1. S will get the equation for S, initial force, spring force, and for S2 for the maximum spring force. Take the moment for N2 for the maximum equilibrium speed. Will get the value of S2. Similarly, spring constant equation is given. Spring constant equation, you need to change the equation by F2, F1 is replaced by F and R2 is replaced by R. We'll get the equation for S. Thank you.